Back again. This is episode 14. That's 2 weeks in a row. We've done a video every day. Proud of myself. And let's get into the topic. So today's topic, I'm back in North Carolina, as you can see, in my apartment. My stuff is slowly dwindling. I'm getting rid of almost everything. Gotta get rid of that couch, but it's still my bed. So basically, as soon as somebody buys / takes that off my hands, I am hitting the road. But today is about signs. It's paying attention to them and then doing something about them and following through. Okay, so I have with me my logbook for my flight training. So I've been training to be a pilot, started about a little over a year ago. And I met up with Josh today over at the hangar, and we were chatting, started talking about an idea we had a while back and how I got to live up to my end of the deal and finish my training with him, my flight instructor. And then once I'm done with that, what we're going to do is we're going to fly missions down to Central America, South America, just delivering aid, doing whatever we can as licensed pilots. And I got the idea actually from the story of Roberto Clemente, who tragically died in a plane crash delivering aid to Puerto Rico, I believe. So he was delivering aid and his plane crashed. He's one of the greatest baseball players to ever live. World Series champion, 3,000 hits, the list goes on and on, accolades as a baseball player. But that doesn't have a lot to do with me, except for the fact that I got to finish this flight training. And anyway, knowing his story and how he would deliver aid to people gave me the idea, which my flight instructor Josh was super excited about, to say, hey, once I get my pilot hours, once I get licensed, I'll go with him. He's a way more experienced pilot than I am. I mean, he's teaching me how to fly. And we're going to just go on these trips. And, he's only 25, 26, so he's got plenty of time to accomplish these mission trips. But me, on the other hand, I'm 35. I need to just get it done. And so what happened was, I started training with him. I've got about 13 and a half hours signed off in this logbook, which you need. It's also got, my medical here in the front, just that shows that I passed my medical. 3rd class. It's good for 5 years from the date, and I'll need to update it before I'm 40 years old, but we can go down a rabbit hole of like flight training and specifics some other time. But then I met up with a friend in Miami, and she told me, she's like, yeah, you got to finish that. Like, you started it, so you got to finish becoming a pilot. And that was like a couple months ago. But anyway, today I was like, oh man, where's my logbook? I need my logbook so I can finish my training. And what I'm going to do is, in Torrance, they have a sling facility. Sling Aircraft is the South African plane that we went to build for Max in South Africa. We spent a month there. It was a great time. And I really loved that plane. It was actually the plane we did a bunch of aileron rolls in, or otherwise known as barrel rolls, which if you're in the back filming and you do 4 or 5 of them in a row, you don't feel too good. You get a little queasy doing all those G's and spinning. But, I'm so close to finishing this, and I'm not a quitter. I'm not going to stop. It's just that, life got in the way. Life gets in the way. I was still trying to figure out how to do my course. I was still getting out of my financial hole. And now that I'm in a good place, and as soon as I get done moving to California, which should be here in like a week or so, I'll go over to Torrance and start my training again. I'm basically halfway there. You need 40 hours before you can take your check ride with, I think it's an FAA instructor. I can't remember exactly who it is, but that person signs you off once you show that you're proficient in a plane, and then you get your pilot's license. So I have mine now. Technically, I am a pilot. I'm a student pilot. So now I can go up, I can train with Josh. I was training with Josh. We actually took a Cessna all the way from Minnesota to North Carolina, and I got all of my cross-country hours doing that. But it just is something I wanted to remind everybody of, is if you start something, you should see it through, you should finish it. And I have no plans on becoming a commercial pilot. I have no plans to do this for a living, but I just wanted to do it out of the pure joy that I saw Max and I see Josh get from flying, to be able to say, hey, do you want to go have lunch in a different city? Like, that's pretty cool. You can just fly somewhere and, a 2 4-seater, land, eat lunch, go back. Like, that freedom is, it's about freedom, really. For me, it's about freedom, and it's about the knowledge of knowing the physics of flight, being able to be safe in the aircraft, and just being able to fly. It's just cool, right? But more than cool, now that I have the time and the desire, to finish studying, to finish my written exam, to get there, it's just something I have to see through. It's been driving me crazy that I haven't had the time, I haven't prioritized the time to finish my flight training. And so that's a big goal for me here in 2022, to get my pilot's license and be able to fly, be proficient in the sky. And it was all these signs that kept adding up. And if you pay attention to the signs in your life, if there's something nagging at you that you need to do, that you need to finish, you got to find a way to get it done. And I wasn't going to leave North Carolina without this logbook, because it's something I need. If I don't have this, I got to start from scratch, get my medical again, get all those hours again, and start from zero. So, all that said, if there's something going on that you haven't finished, go finish it. And you'll get encouragement from your friends and family and people like Josh in your life. And if you have a greater goal like ours is, to go and fly around the world, fly missions, and go to amazing places, because the airplanes will literally take you anywhere. There's a quote that says, a mile in a car will take you a mile, and a mile in a plane will take you anywhere. And I thought that was cool, because if you take off in the sky, obviously you can just keep going. In a car, once you've gone a mile, you've just gone a mile. Cars, I think cars do fly, but most cars don't. And it's just important to finish things, because if it's a slippery slope, if I just bail on this, what else am I going to bail on? What else? What other dreams am I just going to give up on just because it's kind of too difficult, or I'm comfortable saying, hey, I tried it, but it didn't work out. It only doesn't work out if you don't work for it, if you don't work it out. So that's something that throughout this move I've realized once again, that I gotta finish. You gotta finish things in life, and like moving out of this apartment, cleaning it up, finishing the move. There's something satisfying about it, and kind of like saying, all right, let's close the book on this chapter in life, in this chapter in North Carolina, and now we're gonna take to the sky. So that's one of my next goals for 2022. Now I'm putting it out there on my YouTube channel that I will be a licensed pilot by the end of the year. Obviously, just getting your hours isn't enough with anything. You want to really have mastery in it. So just because I get my pilot's license at the end of the year or before, doesn't mean I'm an amazing pilot. And I saw an article today that somebody tragically died in a crash in Iceland. It was a YouTuber and a couple of influencers, along with a really experienced pilot, flying their plane. And I don't know exactly what went wrong, but unfortunately, a lot of the time it's human error. Right now, maybe it was weather conditions, something went wrong, but the plane went down, it crashed into a lake, and everybody was found dead in the water. So it's like really, really tragic. And the silver lining of that is everybody in that plane was living their dream. They're traveling the world, capturing content, flying, doing all the things that wouldn't be possible if there wasn't a licensed pilot involved. And to turn that negative into a positive, I just see it as like I can't just stop. I can't just stop not at 13 and a half hours of training. I can't just say that's the end. That's like, I might as well not have started at all. And so it's important. That's just the message today, is to finish what you start. And again, like I've said in the past, I still got to detach from the outcome, right? So that doesn't mean I'm going to have some $1 million jet that I'm flying. I have a specific goal to get my single engine certification to be a pilot. And then after that, maybe I'll get my seaplane certification. Maybe I'll get my twin engine. Maybe I will get a jet certification one day. But first things first, I'm gonna get my single engine. And an object just like this, something simple as this, is a good reminder that I'm looking in my book here at my hours, and I'm seeing that some of it's filled in, but it's not all filled in, right? And there's a bunch of pages I haven't done all the training I need to do. Don't leave stuff unfinished. You will thank yourself later in life when you look back and say, I'm glad I followed through and I did that. And I appreciate everybody who's encouraged me to continue to go. And I've recommitted to that goal once again today to get it done. So it's never too late to do what you want to do. I didn't do this when I was in my 20s, but hey, even better, I'm 35, and I guess sky's the limit or beyond, right? Anyway, like, subscribe, share this with a friend. Would love to see your feedback in the comments. What's something that you have been wanting to finish, a big goal? Maybe it's a financial goal. Maybe it's a health goal. I know for me, in the past year and a half, I've lost almost 20 pounds. I feel much better. I'm a little lighter. I'd like to bulk up, so that's another goal for another video. But until tomorrow, as the move continues, that's our video for today, and I'll see you tomorrow. Peace.